Aye. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1 o'clock and the Albemarle County Electoral Board is now in session with its October the 6th. Excuse me, that's not right. Yes, it is October the 6th. We're losing track of days. I apologize. All three of the members of the board are here. We have members of the public on remote and a couple of members of the public here. And would like to call the meeting to order. I'd like to hear a motion to approve the final agenda as it's published.
Might we amend that
Sure.
to as the September 18th minutes, because we don't seem to have a record of having done that. Just make sure we did.
Any other amendments to the agenda? All in favor of proposed amendment change, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Claire Bell, I know we
Wait,
don't.
whoa. Stop. If everyone would remember, and I usually don't do it later, if you need to speak, please raise your hand by pushing the reaction key at the very bottom of the screen, and it allows you to raise your hand. Yes, go ahead.
On the agenda, the time was noted as 9 a.m.
It's
You
not.
might want to change that, right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh.
It is 1 o'clock. It's printed at 9, but it was posted for 1.
My apologies, Rick. That's me.
Okay. Any announcements from the registrar, who is busily working at her desk, trying to take care of the returned absentee ballots and get out requests for new absentee ballots? Because as you may or may not know, the previous registrar has contracted with Print-Elect so that all of the mailed out absentee ballots are sent from New Bern, North Carolina, so that no one in the office has to worry with mailing out absentee ballots. And twice a week, at the end of the day, the registrar sends out the requests that have been submitted to the registrar's office electronically to Print-Elect, and they send out mailed out absentee ballots. The code says that once a request is confirmed, it must be mailed within 24 hours. So that's taking place. So all mailed out absentee ballots are going out from Print-Elect in North Carolina. And Alex, do you have any words of wisdom from the registrar?
Yeah, so we have about 4,708 people that have voted so far down in early voting.
Say that number again, because it's big.
4,708.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then end mail and also by mail and also the drop box, we've had 1,476 people who've already dropped.
1,478 returned absentee ballots.
76.
76.
Dropbox and mail.
Correct.
All returned absentee ballots.
Do you know what our number sent out was?
It was like 7,000.
It's a little bit over 7,000. The registrar has gotten the first batch went out was right at 7,000, and she's gotten some since then. Yeah. Any other? Just from the registrar, because you're on the agenda later.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. We'd like to open the board meeting to public comments. If you would raise your hand, be recognized, and state your name and any affiliation you may have.
You said the
And it will,
incantation part.
well, as we always have done, we open the comments to the public at the beginning of the meeting, and then also during the meeting, if subject matter arises, they want to speak. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. Go ahead, Rick. Unmute. And while Rick is unmuting, for those of you who are on the electronic remote feed, the mute button should appear on your screen at the very far bottom left corner. It looks like a little microphone. Just click on it and you'll be unmuted as Rick is.
Thanks. Rick Garnett, Chair of the Republican Party Election Integrity Committee. I've been getting a lot of questions about the process for communicating to election officers about the training schedule and their assignments. Some of the assistant chiefs have gotten phone calls or emails from their chiefs. I haven't gotten one from mine. And I know training is starting tomorrow night for chiefs and assistant chiefs. So I just wondering if you could tell me what is it going to be emails to everyone, or are the chiefs supposed to be doing that, or just what is the process?
Let me try to answer that. And for some reason, Rick, we're having a hard time hearing you. And it happens at every meeting. It seems to be, I don't know why it is, but it seems to be the person who is in the slot where you are, the microphone is fuzzy. So it may not be you, it may be the electronic system, but let me try to restate and answer your question at the same time. At every board meeting, we have announced that we are working on the schedule for officers of election. It is up to the board to approve the roster, meaning where all the officers of election are scheduled to work. And after the November presidential election, when the board felt that there were an awful lot of extras, and we need more than you would in any other election, we are rearranging, or was that we would look at it to make sure whether people needed to be rearranged or not, whether maybe we didn't need as many people as we had in the presidential, and regroup and reorganize. And so the board will review all of these assignments in closed session today under personnel matters. And when we come out, we will have approved the assignments for all the officers of election, because until the board approves the assignments for officers of election, no one is assigned. The board did approve the chiefs and the assistant chiefs. So the assistant chiefs and the chiefs know where they're going to be, with one exception. Yes, sir, Jim, are you trying to speak?
I believe his question was about assistant chiefs not being notified by their chief about training tomorrow. I thought that was the question you were asking.
Yeah, I know I've talked to some of ours and they have gotten a contact. I haven't had any contact from my chief. So that was my question is the chief supposed to be contacting me, or is your office going to be sending something out to the assistant chiefs?
Should be both. Should be both.
I haven't gotten either one that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, that's very good to know. That's very good to know.
So the process is the assistant chiefs are supposed to be notified by not only the chief but the office as well about training. Okay.
Chiefs were approved several, I don't know how many now, meetings. And those people, chiefs and assistant chiefs, should have been notified, both from the office, and your chief should have spoken with you also. But if that hasn't happened, we certainly will take care of that today.
Well, let me ask you, Rick, did you get notified from the office about the training tomorrow?
I don't think so, unless I missed it in all the emails. I haven't seen anything about training tomorrow. I just knew about it because Lori had, I guess, been at one of the meetings and got the information and said, and then I went on the portal and I saw it on the portal, but I hadn't seen anything personally to me about the training schedule. And I was concerned because it's tomorrow night. And I hope I'm not the only. Yeah, it's tomorrow night, right?
And the training schedule, the class schedule was set up several months ago, actually.
Although we were still tweaking the dates.
We've made some changes, but I think the chiefs and assistant chief training was scheduled several months ago. So I apologize that you haven't gotten that.
Yeah, you might just make sure that all the assistant chiefs somehow have been notified, because it's coming up really quick. And maybe I just missed it, but
Alex,
I don't know.
Assistant chiefs got notified about tomorrow, right?
It's always,
Just check on it, Rick.
we'll check on it. And send
Thank
out
you.
reminders. And send out-
Okay, that's great.
Thank you, thank you. Do we have any other comments or questions from anybody in the public at this point? Okay, I see. Mr. Secretary, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Would you like to bring up the
I'll
minutes?
answer Jenny first. We've got September 18th, which is actually already we have officially approved it, and September 23rd, September 6th.
Yep.
I move approval of 3 of them.
Second.
Move that we not all these allowed?
I don't think we have to,
We don't very much.
period, ever.
Okay. Well, you never tell. This, the first is the looming ADA inspection with the chief for all the polling places. Folks from the county and the school system, some of them were out of pocket last week. So at our meeting, we will come up with a schedule for all of this. Because that's,
Rick has his hand up again.
yes, Rick. You're muted.
You're cutting out a lot, and I don't know if anyone else online is having the same problem, but you're cutting out like every other sentence on my system.
Having the same problem with, and that's why I said earlier, it always seems to be one microphone that's a problem. Beth Barstow, would you unmute, please, and just say hello? I'm one of the assistants, so we know that your mic is working. Can you, and tell me if you can hear me?
Can hear just fine. Thank you.
Yours is fine.
Okay, you can hear me, Beth.
Yes. You do kind of, it is a little inconsistent, but I can make out everything.
She's much clearer than me.
Your voice is a lot less stuttered than Rick's. Rick's is very difficult to hear, a lot of breakups.
Huh.
Maybe I
Okay.
should try to speak more slowly. Maybe that'll help.
Would it make sense for me to check out and check back in?
Now
No,
you're fine.
You sound much
Yeah.
better.
Okay, you don't sound a whole lot better, but okay, sorry, I don't want to interrupt. Maybe I'll just check out and check back in.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, say again what you were saying about the ADA.
That's
inspection.
exactly what I was going to do.
Okay.
The Code of Virginia requires that every polling place be inspected by the Electoral Board. Make sure that every polling place meets the Americans with Disabilities Act requirements for access. And because we have so many schools, we determined that it'll be a good idea to have someone from the school system go with us or provide written confirmation that the school system guarantees that the access that we need covers the ADA. And I have contacted 2 nice people from the facilities management, and they are going to meet with us, not 3 of us in one swoop, but they are willing to go with us to our other places. And I've got phone calls both of them, but I wanted the board, when we look at our schedule later on, each of the board members to pick a couple of days and let me know so I can contact members from the facilities management of their available days. So we can all be available, unless you just go on your own. I personally would be happy to have someone come with us.
I would too.
Lucky?
I'm not opposed to having someone who knows what they're doing go with us. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I thought. So,
Also, we can speak to the part of the facility that is the polling place.
exactly,
I don't need the whole.
You don't need the whole-
ADA
that's-
breakdown on the whole high school. just
exactly,
This part.
just, that's what I told them. New business And this is our able elections manager. Alex, would you like to talk about the cages?
Yes. That's an example. All right.
And before you start talking, I have, Alex has kindly printed for each of us calendar format, because there are a lot of things that have to be, and for those of you in the back of the room, these are just some of the things that are on the calendar that have to take place. So
We are very busy, October is, swooping fast out. A lot of things happen with cages starting tomorrow, kind of being with Bucky to start, getting the final preparations kind of starting for our LNA testing next week, for our DS 300 and also for our express vote. Then the goal is sometime late next week, the cages will be loaded into the Kate, I can't talk. The DS300s are going to load into the cages sometime end of next week, and then Debbie will go with me on the 20th to make sure everything is, looking good, checking off everything. In the following week, the board will go down and do their checks and balances and that. We're hoping we can get some of the cages out by Halloween, and then they'll go out on the Monday on the election.
and you've contracted with people, you've been able to get the names of the usually do that delivery.
Mhm.
For those of you who may not know, when Alex says loading the cages, this is not a quickie procedure. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, because there's one chief, one assistant chief in the room, and a couple of assistant chiefs on call. When you open this big red container, it's got a whole lot of stuff in it. And every one of those little containers within that have equipment that the chiefs and the officers of election need. Somebody has to get all of that across pieces of paper. And it is the ultimate responsibility of the election manager. But this year, the board is going to offer assistance, so it doesn't have to do it alone. And it's very time consuming and it's very tedious.
So you've decided that Monday, the 27th is when you want the board.
To do the checks. Mhm.
That's the final check. But when do you want us to appear to help you load each one of the little?
Sometime between next Friday and next Saturday. So
So-
after LNA testing and everything,
So the 17th is what I'm seeing on the calendar. So we should all mark our calendars to be there. What time would you like us to appear?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on Friday the 17th. All righty.
If we check in early, can we get paid more?
Yes.
Yeah, you mean what we get paid? Yeah, right. Sure.
So
Well, let's see, you brought cookies and Janelle bought a bag of candy. I'm good with cookies and candies.
So let me make sure. So 10 a.m. on Friday, the 17th. You want to load the cages, but you want also.
If you'd like to help.
If you would like to be of assistance and help,
It's only loading. You guys are not doing your inspections.
it's different.
Okay.
Okay, next job on the agenda.
Michelle?
Absolutely.
So for everybody who's in the room and also online, I kind of, every time we have chief and assistant chief training, we always go in binders and everything, but I found a nice new, I don't know, camera, so the awesome manual that is now spined, a little bit less condensed than a binder would be and everything, easy to take out sometimes. So chiefs and assistants will get nice, clean, fresh instead of carrying a lug in a binder and everything. We're going to get one of these tomorrow in training. So
I just have to say, I think this is great. I mean, other board members, please chip in, but the old black binders, you have to take them apart, put them back together. And the innards, which Alex just held up, were routinely, all of that reprinted after every election. And now Richard Banco and the board and other people have gone to great lengths to create a chief's and assistant chief's manual that I think is one of the best in the state. And it's got a wealth of information. That's not to say that the Code of Virginia may be changed by the General Assembly. Technology may change, but pretty much that's good to go. It doesn't need to be reprinted. It'll get turned in with the chief's information election night, the way you've always done. And if we need to add addenda to it, we can just slip in an extra piece of paper. Trees around the world are happy.
And it's posted online.
And it's, thank you, Bucky. Which means that other localities can look at our wonderful manual and learn. Yes, ma'am. We have a chief that wants to comment.
I think. I'm Liz Ward Lenny. I am chief at Georgetown 203. I mark up my book pretty
Great.
heavily.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be allowed to keep that for the, so then I guess it'll be returned and it'll still be marked up. Okay. I don't have a question.
No, I want to be kind to everybody. But you do what we would like all chiefs to do. You note your manual. And when we, as you well know, but so people who aren't chiefs or assistant chiefs, on election night, the chiefs and the assistant chiefs bring back a lot of stuff. And the first stop is turn in your manual. If you want to keep the innards, you keep your innards, which we would like everybody to do. But they had plastic binders, 3-ring plastic binders that we wanted to reuse. So the chiefs were asked, do you want to keep the innards and the paperwork? And we'll take the plastic. And now, if you want to keep the paper, Alex may have a different opinion.
Totally fine.
But if she keeps it after the election, then if we have pages we need to insert, we don't have her insert.
Oh, but we have these little things that are called folders. And so Liz will say, I don't need a whole new binder. I've got my binder. Just give me the new stuff.
Well, I was thinking if she wants to turn it in, all we have to do is tell the chiefs and assistants, put their name on the first page of it so we know it's there. So if we're
Name and precinct.
if we're inserting pages, we can do it and still give it back to them.
But for those chiefs who might want to keep their manual to review, refresh, etc.,
To have for early voting.
and be there for early voting, all the reasons that a good chief might want to keep their stuff, they can keep it.
So chiefs can keep their manual or turn it in.
Rick's hand is up again.
Unmute.
I do the same thing. I mark it up extensively. I keep it. I review it before early voting next year. So does this also apply to assistant chiefs? Can we also keep the manual?
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, great.
We are an everybody learn locality. Alex, you have anything else that you need to present at this time? Okay. Does anyone have any other items, board members, otherwise? Any additional comments from the public at this point? We're running through this meeting quickly.
Good, which is okay.
I understand.
There is setting the next meeting.
That's the next, it says number 9.
Yeah.
Schedule and confirm next meeting.
Hello. Oh, okay. We'll be with you in a minute. Thanks.
Okay.
Where do we have time to meet?
We have a regularly scheduled meeting on the 9th,
On Thursday,
Thursday. of this
9:30.
week At 9:30. So we are announcing our next meeting. Oh, and I forgot to announce that our able counselor is on the Zoom call. So Madam, we are announcing our next meeting. And at that meeting, we may have to have other meetings, but we're okay for right now. And
That sounds
this-
good.
Do you have anything you'd like to add? I'm so sorry.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I should have announced you at the beginning of the meeting. I'm
No, that's all right. That's all right.
to announce. Okay, so our next meeting is the 9th at 9:30.
We have a full week, the week of the 13th, but
You
I'm
think?
still wondering if we don't actually have any meetings scheduled for the 13th. Do you want to schedule one for Monday?
Monday or Thursday, one or the other.
Thursday, we've got LNA.
Well, we have LNA all day,
Yeah.
And training at night, and that's even gonna be.
and we have,
Tight to get our LNA done in order to get over to
No.
Lane High
problem.
School.
no
Okay.
problem.
Is the 15th no good?
Well, you have dissuaded us from meetings
just-
on Wednesdays, but if you want to go Wednesday at 9 o'clock, that's okay with me.
Go Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
I was just,
I agree
my
with
thinking was I'd rather
I would
do
agree with you.
it, I'd rather do it on Monday to keep advancing the cause of hiring the next registrar.
Okay,
Let that lag any more than it had to.
can we do 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock on Monday.
Okay, 9 o'clock
Works
on the
fine for me.
13th. For an EB meeting. If we need another one, we can schedule it because we'll have other days. Okay, so our next meeting is 30 on the 9th, Thursday, and the additional meeting is on Monday, the 13th at 9 o'clock. Okay. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring you? Yes. Thank you. Alex Branch is now going to present the election manager information.
I did want to say that to people online and also chiefs, the portal has been acting funny with signups. So please don't trust that. If you need to, I can send out again the training schedules, just show up. There will be definitely a sign up sheet so we know that your attendance was there. But if the portal's not working for you, we will have that option of just show up and we'll still get credit for it. So
Thank
just will let you know.
Thank you. Sometimes electronics don't work the way you planned. Anybody else?
That needs to be in minutes.
Okay. We are going to go into executive session. Per code 2.2-3700, section A. The electoral board, all three members, and Alex Branch, the election manager, will go into closed session. We will discuss only personnel matters, officer of election assignments, and review of registrar applications, which are all personnel matters. If I hear no objections, we are going into executive session. Thank you, everybody. And then we will return after we've gotten all this, but the only thing we would need to present, if you wanted to come back afterwards, would be officer of election assignments, but they'll go out to the officers.
We're not going to read them out.
Well, we're
just
not going to
put
read,
them
we're
out.
not going to read them out loud.
Please not.
No. They will be on the website. Oh, no, they won't be on the website. They will be given to the officers and the chiefs.
And then we will be working on training agendas.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much. Need to read them.
There you go.
The electoral board meeting is now back in regular session after having been in a closed session. The time is 4:08 p.m. And the board affirms that under the code section 2.2-3700-1, section D, I think, that we have discussed only those matters which we said we were going to discuss. The only people in the closed session were those people who we announced would be in the session. And we discussed personnel matters, officer of election assignments, and review of officer registrar, general registrar applications. And we are now back in open session.
Okay, 4:00.
And the only thing we have to affirm now is that the election manager has made, along with the board, certain alterations to the roster for offices of election. And he is making calls. Some of us are making calls. We should have the schedule out to the chiefs and to the officers as soon as everyone is contacted. We also will note that those people who have been appointed as officers of election are welcome to come to the officer of election training because they are technically open meetings. Any other comments,
What
Joe?
was that last one?
Anyone who has been appointed by the board to be an officer of election, even though they are not assigned to a precinct, we welcome to come to any of our trainings because they may be on the reserve list. And besides, all of our training sessions are open public meetings, so anyone can come to them. Hearing no other further discussion, Chair entertains a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 4:10 p.m.